Hey guys, kinggath here with another patch for Sim Settlements 2. This is patch 3.4.6, which I'm calling Chapter 1 Complete. And that is because my clean and play Let's Play series finally reached Chapter 2, which means that this patch will have the remainder of the Chapter 1 improvements that we've made over the past couple of months. We'll talk about that in a minute for those of you guys who aren't familiar with that series. But first, we got to thank our patrons. You guys are awesome. You guys are making sure that we're not digging into our pockets to cover dev costs, for hosting, for all of our email services, websites, etc. And it is a huge help. So I'm going to shout out a few of you today. If you signed up recently and I missed you, don't worry, we'll get you in the next one. We should have a news video coming up soon, another patch video, etc. But a huge shout out and thanks to George Valencia, Josh Dindorf, CA, Emily Cheney, Nuggets, Navsegda, that one feels like the Butcher of the Week, Joey, and the Bloom 46. Thank you guys. You are awesome. It's really, really appreciated. All right, let's get into the patch notes. So in addition to the Chapter 1 complete patch for SS2, we've also got a little workshop framework patch fixing a few minor bugs, so definitely grab that as well. And on that Chapter 1 cleanup note, so if you're not familiar with the series, I have a weekly Let's Play on Wednesday evenings at 9 p.m. Central, where I play SS2. I've been doing it for years, and in the current playthrough, because we finished up Chapter 3 on the previous one, we are playing back through the mod with the eye on fixing little minor details. So things like fixing bugs that maybe have slipped through the radar or places players can get stuck, improving things like where scenes can get kind of wonky or the camera goes all crazy, just doing little improvements, trying to reimagine going through the thing from day one with all of the knowledge and skills that I have now compared to when we first worked on Chapter 1. So Chapter 1 has gone through a complete cleanup, and there are lots of little fixes. You may have noticed those in this patch notes or in a previous couple, that there are some odd things to be touching this late in the game, and that is because we're on this path to get all of the mods quests in tip-top shape, as well as some of the systems, because we have some big stuff planned for the mods still, and I want to make sure that everything leading up to that is a nice tight experience, so that we're not introducing new bugs to old stuff. So that is why we're focused on Chapter 1, and now we're going to be focused on Chapter 2. In fact, some of the patch notes, if you look through them, you will see some Chapter 2 related things are starting to crop up, including with side quests like CPD and Nightingales. So if you're curious about all the things we've touched, check out the patch notes. I've got those linked below. We keep those up to date all the time on our wiki at wiki.simsettlements2.com. You can click on the patch notes section there. But again, have a link down below. So the one thing of note, outside of just the random little fixes and stuff we've done that some people might be interested in, is we did add a new tool to the holotape. So in your City Manager holotape, if you go to Tools and then Advanced, you'll see a new one for Change Capital City. So the capital city, the idea is that's not something you're changing all the time, which is why it's rarely presented. Generally in the game, you'll see it one time. It'll often happen either when you speak to a certain NLTC character, or if you've not done that and you set up a outpost very early in the game, you will get a pop-up to establish a capital city. So those are the only two times that it happens in the mod, and the idea was that this isn't something you're changing all the time, but enough people ran into either issues where there was technical issues, they needed to change their capital city, or they never really noticed the opportunity to pick it or didn't understand what it was, so finally added a tool so that you could change it later. So the intent wasn't for you to change it all the time, which is why it's kind of buried in the holotape and not an exposed option, because we want you to pick a city for your playthrough and make that your main, and that will become more relevant in the future. Right now it's a very minor detail, it doesn't impact very many things, but in the future we will have more mechanics that will engage with the capital city, and again you'll see why in the long term why we want that to be a one and done thing as opposed to something you're changing all the time. But for now, you now have that tool. And that's it. Short and sweet for the patch notes this week. If you want to go read more, go check those details below. If you are interested in watching that playthrough and bringing those bugs that you've run into live to me on stream, again, Wednesday nights, I am going to be taking a pause because I have a trip to go on over the next 10 days or so. So I will be back with that playthrough on May 7th. If you want to tune in May 7th at 9 p.m. and engage with the audience the whole time. So if you have bugs that are bothering you, particularly in chapters 2 and 3, since I'm on my way toward them, you can bring those up during the stream. We'll talk about them. We fix stuff live right on stream. It's become one of my favorite playthroughs to do, and I would love to have more of you guys join us. So if you made it this far, then you know the routine, and that is we're going to give away some goodies. So if you're interested in getting some Sim Settlement swag, I'm going to give you a hashtag. Comment below with that hashtag and something else, because I read through and find these and add them into a little random selector gizmo thing I've got. So I like to read through them all, though, so add something more interesting than just the hashtag, and I will add you into a little drawing, and I will give away some free Sim Settlements merch. So your hashtag today is next chapter. Hashtag next chapter. All right, and with all that said, take care and enjoy the mods.